It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. He went to bed, couldn't get up in the morning. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring.
What's up, everybody? Oh, gotta get that off the screen. What's up? Tonight is a brand new night of our show starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Very different from when we usually start at 10:30 in the morning, but there had to be a change. So, what is up, Drew Burt? That's right, I'm not going to call it as I see it on the screen. It is Drew Burt. Welcome to the show. You are up late. 2 a.m. over there. So tonight is a special night. We've got PD Region Paranormal. These guys are fantastic. Haven't even met them yet in real life, but I love them to death already. We have a Facebook user. I believe that person's probably commenting through our group page, so make sure you're going to StreamYard.com/Facebook to allow access to your account so we can see who you are, if you want to be known on our stream. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up somebody from First Line Paranormal. Yep, that's right. We've got a lot of surprises tonight, so let's go ahead and welcome the one and only, my woman, Morgan.
Hi.
Oh, this will be your first time on the show.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to get like some of our team onto the show and kind of interact with people as well. So, Good evening, brother. Representing PD Region Paranormal, Ohio Division. Awesome. Drew Burt, you're always having a fun time. So, hello, Daryl. Nice to see all your lovely faces.
Oh, Drew
Drew
Burt.
says hi.
Hey, Drew Burt.
So, firstlineparanormal.com is all of our links associated with our team. If you're interested in anything to do with us, our latest episode, Old Wilkes Jail, is up and running, and we've gotten quite a bit of views on it and a lot of good criticism. So definitely go check it out. If you are viewing this through our Facebook group, again, make sure you go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, allow access to your account so we can see your comments. And if you would like to be on the show, or if you have any news you want us to look at and discuss with, or anything like that, you can email us at firstlineparanormal@gmail.com. Does that cover everything?
Yep, I think so.
So let's go ahead and bring up our guest with an S. Tonight we have the lovely Robert.
What is up?
And surprise guest, Brian.
What's
for
going on,
PG Region
everybody?
Paranormal.
What's going on, everybody?
We have a full house.
That's the way it should be.
I love it. And your phone is ringing off the hook tonight, brother.
Yes, it always does. What's up, Daryl?
Old Pops.
Pop, pop.
Godfather.
Hello, Jonathan.
What's up, Jay?
And Daryl saying hi to everybody.
What's up, brother?
And we're sexy.
Yeah, that's the
Boy,
bridge.
hitting the nail on the head on that one, boy. I'll tell you what.
So we're going to have an interesting show tonight. We're going to be interviewing these fine gentlemen. And we're also going to be looking at some news that's been headlining. So, you know me, I'm never fully prepared. So, but I can tell you right now, I know the first question on the list. And we'll start with Robert. What got you into the paranormal, man?
Well, I've been into it since a very young age. A lot of my relatives had these old farmhouses out in the country, and we grew up in them. I mean, even though my parents lived in the city, you know, I never stayed at home. I loved to go spend the night with cousins and stuff, grandparents. I just didn't want to be home. Don't know. It's just a kid thing. But, you know, one of my first memories of it, you know, we were at my uncle's home and watching TV, and my aunt was asleep, and they didn't have doors in the house. That's how old of a farmhouse it was. It was just doorways, but no actual doors. So they would take these old blankets that used to be like electric heating blankets, but they mess up. So they just quit using them, and they buy another one, and they start using those as doors. They pin them up over the doorways. We sitting there watching TV during the daytime at that now, bright outside, and all of a sudden you see that curtain just pull back like somebody just walked through it, and it lay right back down. And I'm looking at it like, And I look at my other little cousin, and she's freaking out. I look at my uncle, and he's just smiling like, don't worry about it. It's all right. And that got me at a very young age wanting to know who, why, what, when. And then I was at my grandmother's house one night, and kind of the same thing, but a little different scenario. You wake up in the middle of the night, you sit up on the side of the bed, you're like, man, I'm thirsty. You go in the kitchen, get something to drink, and you look around in the dining room, and there's a black mass standing there staring at you. So you make a decision, you know, do I run to grandma's room, or do I run and just get under the covers and hide? And that's the scenario I went with. I went and got under the covers and hid. You know, can't see me through the covers. It's magical covers, you know. But ever since then, when I go to school, I'd find myself, you know, looking at paranormal books, history and haunts of the areas. And, you know, back then there wasn't a such thing as Google and computers. So the library was our Google. And there wasn't a whole lot of books out there. I mean, there was some, but not a whole lot. But I just started researching it. And then, you know, me and Brian, we've been friends for forever. And I'd talk to him about it. He'd talk to me about things that happened with him. And as soon as he got his license, we decided we're going to go see what we can find. And we've been doing that now 28 years.
Awesome. Brian, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into it.
Well, I really got into it, you know, like Robert said, you know, I was young and in grade school. I'd be the crazy kid in the library looking for books and stuff on ghosts and supernatural happenings. People thought I was stupid, but hey, for like doing. Then when my grandfather passed away, I was sitting there watching TV. He had a chair he normally sit in, and the dog was there barking, staring at the chair. I'm like, what in the crap's the dog looking at? You know, I looked up to see my grandpa staring at me and points at me. A lot of kids would have been scared, but I looked at him. I'm like, that's gnarly. That's awesome. You know, and I've been doing it ever since, like Rob said. We talked about it a lot growing up. I won't say we're diaper buddies or anything like that, but we know we went to day camp playing wiffle ball together all the time. You know, and then, you know, once I got my license, we said, hey, let's start doing this stuff, and we've been doing it ever since.
Yeah. Sorry. What did you say you saw again?
My grandfather sitting in the chair staring at me, and he pointed at me.
Was it like a shadow or more
No,
like a
it was a whole
full
body
apparition?
full apparition, just like him, wearing the same clothes he wore and everything.
That's a crazy first experience.
Some people be scared. I'm like, that was gnarly. That's awesome.
We'll be in y'all's area this weekend. Garth Brooks concert and Carowinds. Woohoo.
Have fun with some growth sports. That ain't my cup of tea, but yeah, have fun with that.
I got friends in low. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't even know why I have this question on here. I think it's just more for people like me that hasn't had any. Have you guys had paranormal experiences?
I don't
Several.
know. Let's see.
Have we, Rob? Let's talk about this one.
Let me go back to the beginning. Yeah.
How many years has the team been together?
Well, I started my original team 27 years ago. And Brian, he's been in different teams throughout the whole 27 years as well. But as far as PD Region Paranormal, Brian had a team in North Carolina. I had a team in South Carolina. And we merged our teams into one, which became PD Region Paranormal. And that has been for 7 going on 8 years now.
Cool.
Don't seem that long though.
No, it don't. Seems like just yesterday.
So did y'all have a team before PD Region?
Yes. I was running Total Paranormal Investigations, TPI, out of South Carolina. And then halfway through that run, we changed our name because we located another team in the area with the same name we had. So we just changed our name to CPR, which was Carolina Paranormal Rescue. And we stayed CPR until the merge of PD Region Paranormal. And then, Brian, you can tell them your part.
Yeah, like Rob said, I was on a bunch of teams and, a lot of drama. Then I started my own team, Ghost Commander, and then started drama. And then, you know what? Then we stopped it for a while. And one day, my wife was across the street from Rob's house talking with our friends, and Rob was over there. And she asked him, is he still in the paranormal? She said, yeah. I said, well, we need to talk to Brian because he's still in it too. About 45 minutes later, I was sitting on the front porch talking to Rob, and we can come up with PD Region Paranormal.
All that transpired in like a 30-minute conversation as well.
So, let's get it made.
Well, I mean, think about it. We've been friends since we were kids. I mean, really small kids. And, you get married, you move away, and you do your own thing. You lose contact with your friends sometimes. It just happens that way. You don't mean it to be that way. It just happens that way.
Yep.
And whenever I got back in contact with him, I mean, honestly, it was just like we never stopped talking. Everything was still like it was the day that we stopped talking because we moved off and he went to the military. I got married. So it just, everything clicked, man. And I'd ask him questions about his paranormal experiences and why he's in the field, what's his goals in the field, and it matched mine perfectly. And at the end of the day, Brian didn't say, oh, I want to be on TV. I want to be Jason Hawes. I want to be Zach Bagans. It was none of that. His goal was the same as mine. And by me saying that, what he meant was we want to help our clients. We could care less about people watching us. We could care less about numbers, views, any of that stuff. All we cared about was if Miss Johnson down the street kept having something happening in her home that she thought was paranormal, we wanted to give her a place to contact to say, look, can y'all help me, and not have to worry about affording it, not have to worry about nothing other than us coming in and saying, ma'am, there's nothing paranormal. This is what's going on, and here's your proof. Or, and it don't happen all the time, but ma'am, your house has got something going on, and here's the proof. Either way, we got the proof.
Right. And I don't know, it just feels more natural for us to do that too. I never even thought about putting a price tag on it. I think it was from looking at other groups out there and websites to where I'd go and see what their services page was, and they would put we're gonna come out there for $50 or $100 or something and get a baseline reading and do an investigation and stuff. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the best way to get out there. Plus, there's a whole lot of people out there, like you said, that can't really afford to do stuff like that. So I was just like, I feel like we need to do this as a free service. And a lot of people do ask me, they're like, how much does it cost for y'all to come out? And I'm like, free of charge, and there some of them are very surprised. I think Morgan saw that too at our booth last time. They were like, "What? Free?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, that's the way it's got to
So-
be, man. I mean, if you're in this field to make money, you're in it for the wrong reason from the get go. And I say that loosely because you shouldn't want to make a living doing what you enjoy. This is a hobby. This is not our careers. We
Right.
all have careers. We do this because we enjoy it, we love it, and we love helping people. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yep. And that's kind of the reason why we just stick with like our whole Patreon thing, because there's some other groups out there that they do lives, and they basically every once in a while they might do a live and say, "Hey, we're at this location, we're doing it, we're investigating tonight, it's gonna be awesome." And then it's like, "Oh, if you want to join us on the actual like 2-hour investigation live, you'll have to join this and that or pay this amount to watch it." And for us, it's like we want people to be able to be there, and not physically, due to the COVID stuff, due to gas money, all that stuff, and they still want to be involved in it. So we kind of leave that as a free thing too. The only thing we do is Patreon, and it's more of you get the behind the scenes, you get stuff early. And now we've just added, if you pay just a little bit, just a little bit more, probably about the baseline of what most of these other groups do, we're actually going to start doing like monthly little StreamYard get-togethers. We'll spend for, because I doubt we'll have over, 6 people or so for a long time. But if we do start to get that amount, then we'll spin if we need to and pick whatever and get them invited. If they say they can't come, we'll just get some other people in. So we'll do a little monthly thing like this every month and just talk it up, talk paranormal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we got a lot of places that we've been, and people, we owe you when we're done and completed and everything's finished. And hello, Katie.
Hello, Katie. That's Katie from our team as well.
Yeah. And the bad thing about it is they'll ask us, "Well, y'all don't charge. Can we give y'all a donation?" And donations are welcome. And if you do give a donation, just so you know, it goes to Pops because he's driving a Duramax diesel that loves to drink. Or it goes to batteries for the equipment, or something to do with the team. It don't go in anybody's pocket. It's not getting spent at the store on potato chips and drinks. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
It's going back into the group to where we can help the next person. We don't ask anybody for a donation. We don't put links up on our website for PayPal. Donate here. It's none of that. If you feel in your heart you want to do a donation, then do a donation. If you don't. You are not required to. We're going to help you regardless.
It's pretty much the same way we are right now, because just all the equipment we have and stuff, new ideas that we get, the money we've gotten so far, it's already been put back into the equipment that's going to be used here in August. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Gas money don't hurt though. And if I feel like if we were to do a house call, then if we were to get any kind of donations through that, it would definitely just be for gas, just the way it is right now. Because some of these places we have to drive, an hour, 2 hours long. So,
4 hours.
Yeah.
What's up, Eldon?
You're on our neck of the woods. Eldon, thank you for the love, brother. Your will makes my blood pressure rise. It just keeps going.
He must have watched you spin the other day.
Oh, for the we did locations one time, and then I did the giveaway for Trivet.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
I think
it
she
was a
confirmed
giveaway.
it. Yeah, she confirmed that she's going, so
That's
it's gonna be a
awesome.
good little knot.
Dog.
And I'm gonna give her a shirt.
We're
They
gonna
got to walk away with something,
Oh yeah.
They walk away with a good time.
All right, so
I'm
are
still
y'all ready
wondering
for
what I'm still
ahead,
wondering
buddy.
what Brian's gonna throw on the grill.
I'm still thinking about it.
He's thinking about doing a low country boil.
He said something about tomahawks earlier.
You know how much prep that would be. He'd be like, "Well, I wanted to investigate, but I'm here sitting here doing this low country."
Well, low country is depending on what type of mood I'm in, man. Whether I eat it or don't.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's my favorite.
It's pretty good.
Bake the sausage and the corn taters. Y'all can have all the shrimp y'all want.
Yeah,
I'll
bring
eat
on
it all.
the shrimp.
Y'all ready for some news?
Yeah, show us some news.
Let's
Teach
see what
us
we
something.
got here. Who's a parent in this stream and who's a parent in chat?
Well, I know me and Brian are parents.
Camera
Jonathan.
caught something paranormal in a crib. How many of these have we seen in our lifetime?
A lot.
A lot.
Katie's raising her hand over there. A creepy story horrifies the people of southern Missouri in the U.S. A woman noticed that her daughter couldn't sleep well in her room, so she set up a camera, and after watching the video, she realized that the baby was not alone. Miss Collins assured that her daughter saw a paranormal presence in her room and provided evidence while trying to put her 2-year-old daughter to bed alone in a room. She noticed that something strange was happening to her and decided to set up a camera to find out what was happening. They believed that the baby was afraid to sleep alone, but what happened next scared even her parents. Having heard crying, I believe this is the mother. The mother entered the room. Her daughter began to point her finger at the point where there was nothing. Rather, it was a paranormal presence, as the mother claimed. The video also shows that the child is being pushed by some invisible force. According to the mother, when the crib was moved to another room, the child began to sleep peacefully. Which is also kind of odd because as far as, what we've kind of seen and learned, they can travel. So, what's going on with that? We got a video.
Uh-oh.
See what we got here. Oh, it's playing creepy music already. All right, let's do this. Oh, we can't understand this language. Let's skip forward. Seems like a normal night in the neighborhood. Whoa. I couldn't tell if the baby was grabbed or if it was just like I'm having a nightmare and wake up.
Well, if you
But it
watch
was very
the foot,
sudden.
did you watch the foot from the beginning?
The one that's visible?
Yeah, watch
Oh,
the
shoot.
foot
Oh.
from the beginning. Her foot's under the
Oh,
cover.
yeah, this one goes... phew.
Well, first, if you watch it at the beginning, the foot was actually in the bed, and it pulled to the side first. Did you see it?
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about
Oh, ew, God.
now. You know what I like to do with my videos? I like to slow them down. Alright, so let's go... 'Cause sometimes these cameras, they're only capturing so many frames. Yeah, can't even really tell. Because they're capturing so many frames that... sometimes it's hard to tell. Oh, yeah, it like jolted the baby back too.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think?
Nope. I'd be burning the house down.
Oh. We get where it's not blocking it.
It's like something pulled her foot towards the rails, and then she just snatched it back herself.
Eldon says, thanks a lot. Now I gotta go eat.
There's quite a bit of deer out there.
Yeah, it looks like that one foot gets pulled because it's just a weird motion.
Mm-hmm. And if you look, the big toes and stuff's kind of going in between the rail really slow.
Good evening from Toronto night, Donna. What's up, Donna? Christopher says it kind of pushed the baby, too. Yeah, it's kind of like a pull and then a push. That's weird.
Interesting for sure.
It is.
I don't think there was anything else with that. Usually there's like some skeptical comments on that, but not this go around. Interesting.
Maybe they're going to leave that to us.
Possible.
Don says doing good, watching you guys. So thank you for tuning into the show. Have y'all heard about this yet?
The Bigfoot skull recovery. No, I don't believe I have.
So I have not really read too much into it. A lot of these I don't try to read into it that much. I try to react as I'm on the show. There's also something else that we'll see coming up. Actually, I'll move it a little bit up ahead so we can get to that. So, a well-known wildlife presenter announces Bigfoot skull discovery. And I think this needs to be changed to YouTuber. I think it's a YouTuber, but we'll look into it. Wildlife presenter Coyote Peterson. You probably heard that name.
I see it all over Facebook.
Yep. Is claiming to have discovered the skull of a non-human primate in British Columbia, Canada. Peterson is well known for his animated presentation style and captivating wildlife films, but he is not often associated with publishing material or making claims about cryptozoological creatures. However, he recently stated in a note posted on his Facebook page that he found a huge skull of an unidentified being in British Columbia, and he has photos to prove it.
And see, I've watched that man take the bullet ant to the arm and all these different kind of killer wasps and stuff.
All these bees we've never heard of.
Yeah.
Welcome. I share to my other ghost hunters. Awesome. Thank you so much. I thought I seen... Oh, going back to the baby one. I thought I seen something fly by the baby when she was looking up. Might have been bad pixels. Yeah, it could have been just the movement. I didn't really see anything too odd with it. Old Coyote Peterson. Leaking pics here before they are taken down and before government official trying to seize our footage, he wrote. Found a large primate skull in British Columbia. Filmed it, cut the footage, and releasing on @Brave Wilderness this weekend. He said, I've kept this a secret for several weeks. Yes, I have the skull, smuggled it through customs and TSA, and it's currently in a secure location awaiting primatologist review. I guess that's how you say that.
You're close. Primatologist.
There you go. We thought it was a bear skull when we found it. I can 100% guarantee it is not. The skull was found partially buried underground in deep back forest ravine after a massive storm in the Pac Northwest, where clearly a bunch of trees and earth were disturbed. I'm sure these pics will be taken down. So yeah, here is some... I guess I can't pull these pictures up, but that is that on a Facebook post a week ago. What y'all think?
It's definitely something primitive, but I ain't gonna say it's Bigfoot.
It's a pretty good sized skull, and it's, I mean...
That fin thing on the head kind of got me kind of wondering.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to research a bunch of different skulls and kind of match it up. I mean, I'd have to look at some alligator skulls and some croc skulls and, you know, all these different kind of skulls.
The eyes kind of makes me think of like a bear too, but then other parts of it I'm like, kind of weird.
Yeah, but it don't really look like if I think of Bigfoot, I feel like the skull is going to be a lot bigger than his hand, and it don't look no bigger than like a alligator.
It's almost, yeah, and it's more like a snout looking kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You know what I mean?
Longer.
That's why I said alligator or crocodile or something, because it's got like a long snout on it.
But there wouldn't have been an alligator. That's kind of. I've seen alligator skull. Ain't nothing like the alligator skull.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe Bigfoot had a beak.
I just think it would be bigger than that, though, if it was
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
If you actually look at it, a gorilla's skull's bigger than that. You know, you got to think Bigfoot's probably 10 times bigger than the gorilla skull.
Yeah. So Peterson is a wildlife educator and host of Animal Planet series Coyote Peterson, Brave the Wild. That's what we know him from. He is best known for his YouTube channel Brave Wilderness, which focuses on documenting and educating about animals. Peterson has also become known for videos in which he allows himself to be stung by bugs and animals, such as the bullet ant and the executioner wasp.
There you go.
That's why I like reading this stuff at the end, because then it ties back to what we've already kind of said, you know. So there's actually another story to that, and we'll get to it. But first, we're going to ask some more questions. Morgan, you got the list up?
Yeah. Well, I did, but I think I remember the next one. So why don't you tell us what your favorite piece of equipment is to use during an investigation?
Well, my favorite piece of equipment is myself. It was just myself, you know, what I see, what I hear, how my body reacts to the environment and where I'm at.
I can definitely relate to that.
The more I get in tune with myself and learning my abilities, it works out a whole lot better than any of my equipment.
And I really, myself, I don't have a favorite piece. There's one piece that I always have with me, though, and that's a recorder, whether it be video or audio, because I want to capture everything that happens, you know, so I can go back and review it later to try to see what it is or what it was. But I guess if I had to say my favorite piece right now, probably going to be the ELF recorder that we're working on. And what it is it's a recorder that takes it out of the AM FM bands. It drops it down into the I guess you would say the old analog bands where nothing happens anymore. You know, there's no analog TV, there's no analog radio, so nothing should be communicating or talking on that band. And we're working on the different frequencies now to try to get down low enough to see if we can dial in an actual frequency that they would communicate on.
It worked real good Friday night. The low frequency was popping in on Friday.
Yep. And, you know, it worked really good because we even played with a regular SB7. And there's a radio station not even 2 miles away from where we were investigating, G104 radio station. And we had that thing set. You could not even hear that radio station come through.
It's awesome.
I thought Rob would say I was his favorite piece of equipment.
Is there any examples, Brian, that you can give about just using, you know, just having yourself as a tool? Like, what's kind of been a big moment where you realized that?
Don't go in there, Rob. Don't go in there.
You know, I mean, like a lot of mine, you know, I really didn't have that gift that much until, you know, my first time at St. Albans, you know, I felt like something was following me around the whole time, you know, I could feel it. I felt like it had something to say to me or a story to tell. I felt like my throat was sore, like I was getting choked or something the whole time. I didn't know what was going on. And I was going to go upstairs and, you know, sit down to a EVP and see what I could find out. But before I went upstairs, I already knew what happened to her, knew her whole story. I was out there bawling my eyes out crying because I already knew what happened to her fight and started asking questions. And that's kind of what opened me up. I could feel it. I kind of feel the atmosphere change, the temperature, and I get the feelings that something ain't right. You know, I feel all kinds of crazy things.
And the bad part about the story he's telling you, Cody, whenever he had those feelings, you know, we did our research. We done what we were supposed to do, and we went to the owner of the place and the history books and everywhere. And come to find out, the feelings he was having was exactly what had happened to that lady. She got raped by I don't know if it was a doctor or a janitor or somebody in the facility, a nurse, orderly, or whatever. They raped her and she got pregnant. She had the child. The child was stillborn. She put the child into a jar.
Oh, yeah.
And shut the lid on the jar and hid it in the wall. And every night when everybody go to bed, she would pull the jar out of the wall and she'd get in her little rocking chair and she'd rock it and talk to it. And They came and they found out what she was doing, and they took the jar away from her, and she went crazy. And
Right.
a few days later, they found her hanging in her bathroom by a shower curtain.
Mm-hmm. I remember that story from somewhere.
Probably one of the shows we watched.
Yeah.
That's not the same bathroom, right?
Suicide
Yes.
The
bathroom.
suicide bathroom?
Yeah.
It happened in there?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I've
Okay.
always that's where I have my touch with darkness that kind of follows me around. At St. Albans too.
Goodness.
It's like Goat Man. He's a mean bastard, but it's like we was upstairs walking around on the second floor, and there was a lady with us walking around. She had a cane, kind of hurt and stuff. So I started looking in the hallway. I seen him darting back and forth. I'm like, what in the hell? I kept staring. That was a big dude. He kept darting back and forth. That charged down the hallway. Before I know it, he ran straight through me and took me to the ground. And ever since then, it's like I can sense evil and badness before it even happens.
That's insane.
Well, the episode that we just released at the Old Wilkes jail, whenever y'all doing your watch party, and I was sitting there at one point, like looking at Cody. Looking back at that video, it's kind of scary to me because I don't know. I just remember how I was feeling, like so much hatred toward him, and I had no reason to be. Like I was sitting there, I don't know if you noticed, but I was like tapping my foot. I was trying to think of anything else other than what I was thinking. And I remember thinking, I need to get up out of here, but I just continued to sit there. It's like I couldn't move. It was weird.
Yeah. Something was playing with your emotions.
Yeah.
So
It
with
was
me,
really
I've
weird.
got where I can kind of control it.
And it's weird because that whole night was just like stuff that you would feel, and you're like, why am I feeling this way? Like it would be, like she said, be for no reason and just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I can vouch for Brian with what he's saying. When we go on an investigation and something starts happening, and Brian kind of steps in front of you and be like, "Man, don't go in there. It don't feel right." You know me. I'm going anyway most of the time, but he's always right. Something does happen.
dang. Jonathan's on the nail with it.
I don't know what it is.
But it's funny though, because none of this never happened until you got run through.
Exactly.
It's like some part of him bleached off on the Brian. I don't understand how to put that. I mean, I'm not a
It
clairvoyant.
just made
I'm
him
not a
more attuned
psychic.
with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But to this day, every time I go to St. Albans, he don't ever bother me. Never.
No, he don't come around us. We'll catch him. We'll see him, but it be in a distance. It's like he will not come around Brian.
Damn.
Donald, on the other hand, yeah, Donald will come near you.
Donald's the one that he loves to push people. I mean, he's pushed me into a wall. He's pushed Brian into a wall. He's tried to throw Brian down a set of stairs. And he's the one. I don't know if y'all have ever heard the story of Donald up in the upstairs of St. Albans, but he was the janitor. And everybody's saying they don't know for sure, but they think he's the one who got Rebecca pregnant. But he also was the one that they know is documented. He's the one that was raping the little boy named Jacob, and Jacob's spirit is still there. And Jacob is terrified. He is so scared. Every EVP we've caught, every evidence we've caught is help, please, help, help, help. Every time we went. But Donald was the reason Jacob died. He killed him. And it's documented in the county, articles that Donald killed him.
Right.
And the first time I got, but about the second time it threw me, so I had that coming because me, I went and I talked shit to him, so I had that one coming.
Well, that's just like they said, nobody never wants to go in Donald's closet. Every time somebody goes in there, something bad happens. So I look at Brian, and he's already got a shit-eating grin on his face, and I'm like, yep, here we go. We're going in the closet, ain't we? He said, yep, come on. So we went in the closet, and Brian, of course, goes into taunt mode, and nothing ever happens. So we walk out. David Taylor and comes in from Our Haunted Lives, and he's sitting there doing an EVP session in that same room. And he asked the question. He said, what do you want? What are you trying to tell me? Because we kept getting something come through the SB7, but it was like half a word. We couldn't ever understand it. And he said, "What are you trying to tell me?" And it said, "David, bury you." And he just dropped the box. He was like, "I'm done. That's it. I'm done."
Brian, I got a question for you. Sometimes
man.
I ask questions to kind of learn about myself too. Did you pre-plan going in there and taunting that specific entity, or was it more of a you got into that space and it just like switched within you? You just said, "All right, I'm taunting."
Before you answer that, Brian, let me say this. Brian don't pre-plan nothing. Just so you know. It's
pre-plan
from
that.
the
So you didn't have no
from the hip.
preconceived notions or nothing with it?
Just come on my heart. I needed to let him know how I felt about it, so that's what I did.
That's kind of how I was at the jail, because
Yeah.
I'm never a taunting kind of person, and just for some reason at the jail when I got back up through the spirit box, it wasn't I don't know. Sometimes a backup could be two different things. That could be a, hey, I'm warning you, there's something in here, you want to get out of here, or it's a backup, like someone's challenging you. And at that moment, I felt like I was being challenged. So that's when I started kind of doing my taunting thing. And I never did plan on doing that night. So it's, it's interesting to hear.
I'll tell you, you got to start almost. They will challenge you.
Oh, yeah, every time. But the thing about Brian is, even if we plan something, and I'm going to be honest with you, we can sit down and write a script of what we're going to do. As soon as we walk in the door, you can throw that script in the trash can, because he's going to go off of his emotions and what he feels. If he feels it's negative and bad, he's going to taunt. He's going to talk shit, point blank. If it's a spirit that just hasn't passed over or can't pass over or needs help, then he's the most respectful person you ever see. It's like he can pick them out, good from bad. I don't get it. And I kind of glad I don't have that ability, but then again, I envy him for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just another great tool, it looks like.
Yep. I mean, it's just like when we go to a house recently, we had a demonic case, supposedly. And, when we get there, most people take an EMF meter and they go do a walkthrough of the house, right?
That's
we
me.
don't do that no more. We just send Brian in. Go do a walkthrough, B. And he'll come back out and he'll pretty much tell us, what we need and what's going on in there. And I'm going to be honest with you, for the last couple of years, he's been dead on the money.
Yeah, you've done it for so long, kind of know the ins and outs a little bit.
That one was kind of funny, because the stuff I done in the attic, we can't put that because it kind of like what was there challenging me in the attic. Rob was in there laughing his ass off downstairs what I was doing. Doesn't mean it
was interesting.
I don't go in there trying to do something. I'm sitting there asking questions. This is blatantly cussing me out and all that. But hold. Not today.
All right. Go ahead with it.
Well, what piece of equipment do you believe should not be used in the field?
K2.
The only reason I say K2 is because I've dissected it. I went down to the inside guts of it. I've got the actual owner's manual from the company who originally built it, which is K2 Enterprises. And even in the factory owner's manual, it says it's only 5% accurate. And that's doing electrical work now. 5% accurate doing electrical work. Why would any electrician in this world want a meter that's going to be 5% accurate when he's talking about it can mess with his life? Electricity can kill you. Why would you want a 5% accurate meter?
Oh,
Well, that makes sense.
We've got one, but we never use it. We always pull out the millimeter.
We use a millimeter, or either we use this new one that Brian's seen on Amazon. And he wanted to try it, and he ordered one. And, it ain't but $30. What's to lose?
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie to you. You got to stick that joker inside the power box for it to go off.
Yeah. I was going to say, Morgan, do you remember when we was at the jail and that thing kept going off? Like it was real sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the millimeter. I figured out what it was. The antenna was a little bit loose on it.
Oh.
So I had to tighten it back up. Now it's working very good, very proper.
Well,
So,
being the
should be good.
skeptics that we are, I think I would believe a little bit more if we got a very clear EVP on the voice recorder. We have yet to get one of those.
Yeah, we've been using the same recorder ever since we started. I did get another one ordered, so I guess we'll be trying it out and seeing if anything changes, because sometimes it might be just certain recorders, so don't get anything. So again, we'll be trying out on another one, see if we do get anything with it.
We use the old Olympus. We get a lot of stuff on the old Olympus. It's a whole lot easier.
We have an
to use.
Olympus.
That works good.
I think we have a newer one though.
Yeah, the best advice I can give you for getting a plain EVP like that is don't go looking for it. Don't ask questions and don't go looking for it. Go in a location when you first get there, cut your recorder on, set it in there, and leave. Exit. Don't let nobody in there. Period. Know that the location is empty, and you will be surprised the actual EVPs that'll come through when nobody is around.
Yeah. And we always seem to get like something on our cameras when... What you looking at over there?
I thought somebody was at the door. Is nobody at the door?
Oh, do you hear this?
No, like I thought somebody came through the door. That's why I looked. I thought it was Braxton.
There's nobody here in the living room.
Well, if you heard some little tippy tapping, it was Hank walking in.
What was I saying?
Sorry.
You see Christopher Keefe's comment, bro?
Yep.
That's my boy.
Oh, I was saying that we usually get stuff on our cameras, like when there's nobody around the cameras. Like Trivet Clinic, we got some odd sounds upstairs while we were down in the basement part of the building. And it would sound like, listening to it, I was like, something's growling or like doing an exhale. Like one of them I think is an exhale, but then the other one, it sounds a little bit different. And I swear, man, after listening to it and looking at, like, just talking about it, it sounds like one of them old school machines, like for oxygen.
Right.
Where it'd go like that. And it sounds just like it. And I'm like, it's multiple times.
Upstairs, second floor, room to the right, the very back. I've heard it with my own ears.
The camera was facing towards the stairs. That room is on the left of it.
Yeah.
And then we also caught it when we had the camera facing into the doll room. We also caught it that way too. And that's probably why it sounded different.
What's up, Mr. Cushman from the Octagon Mansion?
Yeah, deep voice.
We have a lot of stuff coming here.
You might have catch that one at the deep voice there, because me and Andy was standing at the bottom of the stairs where I heard some deep voice. It sounded, I don't know what it said, but it come in between me and Andy coming down the stairs. You could hear it loud, but Rob thought that we cut on the portal upstairs when we didn't.
Yeah, it sounded like the portal when it came on, and went back, looked at video. Nobody cut the portal on.
What are your thoughts on the Panasonic DR60 with the 3K price gauge? Yeah, that's the one that's on TV all the time.
Yeah.
I've heard arguments about it, and I know you guys probably have got a lot of comments with it, but I've heard arguments about, like, why are you going to use an older recorder with, like, lesser quality to get EVPs? But then again, it's like the other side of it is apparently the microphone is more sensitive and it's unprotected. I don't know exactly what that means, as far as details, but I'm not going to pay for one that much.
No. And I'm going to be honest with you. As a tech guy, you can take a regular Olympus recorder, go on Facebook and order you a low impedance microphone, plug it into the mic jack of that recorder, and you have a DR60.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like, going back to what Jonathan said about the Class A EVPs, they're harder than people, it's harder to get than people think, is because TV, it's TV.
Yeah. 12 hours of investigations. And 2 EVPs and they make it in the 30-minute episode.
Yeah, and they cut that up too to make it seem like, oh, they asked a question, they get answer. They asked a question, they get answer. Some
Honestly,
of it's cut up.
In my mind, I'm thinking like when they're doing it, they have somebody on their crew in the background going, "Hello,"
Yeah,
or something, and they're like, "Oh," but you don't see them in the camera,
Which is funny because one of the episodes we was watching, they were like, I guess they were watching like their house clients' footage, evidence, and they even said before they went in to investigate, they were like, "Well, we can't believe it till we see it."
Yeah. Hey, Facebook user, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I'm going to give them a link for that.
Yeah, Class A's
What's
are
up,
hard to
John?
pick up. We've got a few.
Hello from the Octagon Mansion.
Yeah.
We actually have that on our list too, man. That looks like an interesting place.
Yeah, me and Brian's got it on the schedule. We just trying to get through all these local cases that came in here recently. I don't know what it is. And the more that First Line is in this business, you'll understand what I'm saying. The closer it gets to October, the more investigations we have coming in for clients. We got almost, it was 8, 7, 8 last week. Now it's up to 10, 11 this week.
Yeah.
So it's like the closer you get to Halloween, I don't know what it is, something in the air, people just getting in that mood, but everybody's having paranormal experiences. I don't know why. It's like that every year, is it not, Brian?
It is. But then I'll slack off for a little bit.
Yeah, around November, December, January, it's dead. You don't get nothing.
Yeah, we're starting to get people messaging us out of the woodwork, and I try to tell them, just be patient because we try to we want to keep doing our public stuff too because we're still in the phase of kind of learning stuff and being out in the field.
Yeah.
You don't. I know they want us out there to help them and they can trust us, but you also want us to have the time, the experience, the knowledge before we go into your house. So you just have to be patient with us. You know what I'm saying? In some cases are a little bit more severe than others. So I know we've got some people that are like,
Well, that's like we told you, man. Any case y'all got come up and y'all need some help on, all you got to do is reach out. If we can get off work and make it up there, we got your backs.
Yep. You're going to learn too a lot of these cases that claim it's that bad when it comes to it to the day of.
What's
like
up,
when
Tank?
Like when you're en route to it, they'll automatically cancel on you.
yeah. After all the work of paperwork and interviews.
That's
Jeffrey,
what I mean, Rob. We got when we interview them on stream right away, we know if they're legit or not.
That's right.
Got another comment. What's up? So I just sent a link out to everyone. So if you want your name to be on the stream to where we can actually read who you are, make sure you go to that link, the StreamYard/Facebook link.
What's up, everybody? With the question mark exclamation point, I can probably guess that's Matt Barron.
Jonathan says, in our apartment that was haunted because of a Ouija board, we would set a recorder up at night when we were asleep, and we would get EVPs every night, but never when we were awake.
You ain't got nobody talking in their sleep, do you?
That Ouija board, that Ouija board is talking about, it got burnt.
It'd be a constant EVP for us because you hear me snoring.
Oh God, yeah. Ooh.
Not us. We wear CPAPs now.
Yeah.
We're good.
I think Cody needs one.
If I sleep in the basement of Trivet, I'll probably be on the other side where everybody else isn't, so you can sleep.
I think one of us might have an extra CPAP, Morgan.
He might need one. There's been nights where I'm laying awake and listening to him, and he'll stop breathing for a minute, and I look over is he gonna breathe? And then he'll start breathing and snoring really loud.
Well, there's 5 of us that's got them, so hey.
Yeah. And that was Matt Barron. He said,
"Yep, I see him." Huh? That's weird. It'll work in some time. Tori says, in healthcare, we call November and December suicide season. People get lonely and stuff. Maybe it's a huge energetic shift the months before. Well, that and it gets cold.
Yeah,
Yep.
it usually starts for us around the end of July, beginning of August, and then they'll kill us all the way through Halloween. After
Yeah.
Halloween, it is dead for 3-4 months. That's why when we do our big investigations, we try to plan them in between January and May, because that is our slow time.
Old Shane, my buddy Shane, what's up? Welcome to
Hey,
the show.
Shane.
Trying to get caught up here. Now you can tell distance, man. I would get a good morning from a little girl when she would come into the living room. Even got an "I love you." I find it interesting too. Like you can go set a recorder down at the end of a hallway or something, come back, and then you do it, and you can hear y'all like super far in the background, and then you get EVP and it's loud, like it's up on the recorder.
Hello, Mr. Shane.
Hello,
That's
Shane.
interesting too. But yeah, we haven't got anything from ours yet, so hopefully one day. Hopefully.
Well, we got a lot of clear EVPs with nothing but a recorder, and that's the way we've been working here lately. We don't try to use the portal unless we absolutely have to, like a last resort thing, because especially with these radios like SB7s and SB11s, I mean, there's just so many ways I can sit there and probably argue with you and disprove everything that you've called on it that you don't have a leg to stand on. Some things are, it all bases on the order that you ask the question. You know, like I've always said, if I hold this up and I say, "What is this?" and you hear drink, okay, that could have been a coincidence, because a lot of radio stations are always doing commercials on any kind of drink and beverage and coffee that you could think of. But if I held this up and I said, "Can you tell me what is in this bottle?" and you get Diet Pepsi or you get soda, you know, same thing with a bottle of water. You hold it with a bottle of water and you say, "What is in this?" and you get water or H2O. You know, then you have a definite answer that you can say, "Huh."
Very
That's why
specific.
when we ask questions, we are very, very specific on them. I mean, you know, just like Brian, one of Brian's famous things to say is we'll all get in a room and Brian will say, "Can you tell us one of the names of somebody in this room right now? If you're intelligent, can you name one of our names?" And I can't tell you how many times somebody in the room's names got called. No box, no nothing.
Or I could get told "F you," one or the two.
Yeah, through a spirit box.
Yep.
And you know you ain't gonna hear that on the radio.
That's
Nope.
right. They got to bleep it out.
Or I go in and I do that. "Oh yeah," you know. I would have thought that were, but damn if it don't.
Air conditioners and heaters are the worst. Those bangs get me every time until I get used to them coming on and off for a few cycles. That's exactly how it is at Trivia Clinic for me. I didn't grow up with a wood stove, so that thing was kicking off, and I'd be like, oh God.
Oh, you mean they actually had heat for y'all up there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
y'all
we
lucky.
did it. We did it in January, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll get some wood for you, and if you need to get more, you just go out there and get it and bring it in." So,
You ain't got to worry about it in August, that's for sure.
but
No.
guess what? It only heated up that little area of the basement, and rest of the floors, it was super cold, just chilly all night.
Speaking of that, I got to tell y'all something real quick since we're going to
Hey,
be all
Raymond.
together in August.
Uh-huh.
It is Cody's 30th birthday on the
Oh,
11th.
Ah, shit.
you done put it out the bag now.
Youngin.
I have to bring Cody a big old jar of the famous hooch.
Oh, Lord.
One of those nights going to be good. Going to be interesting investigating the next day after that when I get up.
Get you a pot of iron bean and I'll wake you up.
If you get up.
Brian, Christopher just gave you a good idea in the comments over there.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
Ooh, yeah. Or ghost energy.
Yep.
Oh, gosh almighty.
What's up, Raymond G. Newsom?
Raymond.
What has been y'all's favorite location to investigate?
Well, of course, most of everybody in PD is going to say St. Albans because we've been there like 7-8 times. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not my favorite. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love going back there, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is these private residential cases where I can see whenever I get there and I meet that client, they're distressed, they're worried, they have really emotional issues going on, and they're scared. Just like this last case we did, for 2 weeks she slept in a hotel. She wouldn't even go home and sleep in her own bed. And we go in there and we do our thing, and she comes home at the end of the night when we're done. She wouldn't even come while we investigated. She unlocked the door and left, said, "Have at it." So when we got done, we called her, and she come back over there, and we told her, said, "Look, you have to walk into this house. You have to come in here, and you have to take control of your house. You have to take ownership of your house. You have to demand whatever is here leaves. This is your home, and you have to say so." I said, "Look at it just like a bully. You ever dealt with a bully when you were growing up?" She said, "Of course." I said, "What did you do to make that bully stop?" She said, "I stood up to him." I said, "Exactly. Think of these spirits the same way." I said, "You got to come in here and stand up to him." And she went in there and she told him, "Look, this is my house. You got to leave," which we had already did a blessing and everything that we could do known to man. And the next morning we get a text telling us that she loves us and she appreciates us. And that's the most peacefulest night's sleep that she's had in months. And that if there's anything she can do for PD, to please reach out to her, because she's got her home back. That to me that's the best feeling that you could ever have in this field. I mean, you could have handed me $1 million cash and I would not have felt as good as what that woman sent me that text.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping for in our cases too. And I don't know, some were like, we kind of already have an idea what's going on, and then we're like, how are they going to react to this? What we tell them. But you know our team, we're gonna tell them straight up what we feel and what the truth is, and
that's it.
They got to take it from there.
And it's just like I told Brian, sometimes when you go into a client's home, and I'll share this with y'all, if that client is really distressed and you go in there and you don't find anything, you have to break that barrier. You can't just say, "Look, we've been in there, we've investigated, you don't have nothing going on here. I don't know what to tell you. You might need to see a doctor or whatever, but there's nothing here." You can't handle the situation that way, because then you're going to make it worse for that client. You might have to tell them, "Look, just even if you didn't catch anything, you still have to reassure her that we went in, we done what we were supposed to do. It's gone. You are fine now. You have nothing to worry about." You have to reassure that client to make that client believe and understand her home is safe. And, that's the main key to it, is to make that client feel comfortable.
What was your favorite place, Brian?
I like the client stuff. It's one of my all-time favorite. Yeah, St. Albans too, but I kind of like doing the battleship because I kind of like ties to that. Being in the military, in the Navy, and
Which one?
I got North Carolina.
That's the one we want to do too.
Because I done all the right things. I request permission to come aboard if I come on, and did all my Navy link. I got a lot of responses of what I done.
Mm-hmm.
He tried a new experience at the battleship too. That was really cool. Have you seen these new Bluetooth speakers where it's actually two speakers, and they got a magnet they stick together, and they're one Bluetooth speaker, or you can pull them apart and it's two different Bluetooth speakers, but it hooks up through the same connection.
Huh.
So one phone or one portal or one whatever will go through both speakers at the same time. So Brian took those speakers in the battleship. There they are right there. He took those speakers and he put one on this end of the room and one on this end of the room. We had a camera here and a camera here running through one portal. And we kept getting different responses on each speaker that are hooked to the same unit.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And when you go there, I'm going to go and spill the beans on something you can try. Put your speaker and go to the sick bay or wherever you're at and play the general quarters through it. The activity will pick up big time.
Duly noted.
That, and we also learned with Christy Grissom, if you send a female into the male shower room and say, "Can I have a shower with you?" you will pick up equipment. I mean, you will pick up evidence. Christy got some really good evidence doing that, seriously.
Christopher says, "I'm looking forward to getting experience in the field, especially demonic cases." Raymond. Thank you, brother.
Chris, we're going to get you some experience, brother. Christopher's getting ready to plan a trip to North Carolina, and we're going to take him out on a weekend of ghost hunting and paranormal investigating, and we're going to give him some experience.
That's right.
Experience.
We're going to pull up some more news, y'all. We're getting close to a commercial break. green storm, or Stranger Things, a rare phenomenon, was observed in South Dakota. Anybody hear about this yet?
Nope.
You're talking
Let's
about
see
my ex.
The sky over the U.S. state of South Dakota turned bright green during a thunderstorm. Now that would have been cool for an intro video.
Yes, it would.
This is
Make it happen,
reported.
Rob.
Yeah. This is reported by the newspaper USA Today. According to eyewitnesses during the storm, the sky suddenly turned from blue to green. Some residents of the U.S. felt that they were in the TV series Stranger Things, while others tried to find a scientific justification for what happened. Look at that.
Ooh, that's creepy looking.
July
Maybe
5th.
they need to go find out where number 1 and number 11 is.
Yeah.
Shane asked, when was that? It was July 5th. It's not fully understood why green skies occurred, but most scientists point to the liquid water content in the air as a root cause. The celestial phenomenon occurs when clouds carry a lot of water and allow primarily blue light to pass through the storm cloud.
Jonathan said, looks like North Carolina in March.
Damn.
Sioux Falls, hey, that's where me and my ex live too.
I know. It's like we're in Stranger Things.
Was that the day CERN was working?
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these
Lord.
other videos
It
from
could
USA
be.
Today to stay up to date with
Who
all the
knows?
latest.
I was thinking more like atmospheric pressure or something to do with the barometric pressure or something. I don't know.
That comment was brought to you by meteorologist Reaper.
That's what I do.
The blue light mixes with the sun's red light, and the sky turns green.
God farted.
The thunderstorm began in the state. In the late afternoon, the bright sunset light of the sun began to refract and interact with particles of water and ice, which have a bluish tint. The specialist added that a lot of liquid is needed to achieve this effect.
Hey, Rob, is that something you can invent a machine to do that? We can test that theory.
I think it's just hell because this. I think it's just hell causes the sky to turn green and the sun at the end of the day making it green like that. I've never seen that before. There you go, boys.
We better watch Build a Science Guy. Figure something out.
We could just blame it on CERN.
CERN!
Yeah, CERN did it.
Has anyone seen this thing?
What is that?
No.
Video of pale humanoid caught on security cam. And we're also getting to this story, too. Yesterday, I posted about a pale humanoid that was caught on security cam in the Red River Gorge area. Ugh. The video was put... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. One was removed. I think it's someone looking for their crack pipe they dropped.
What it looks like.
E.T. looking for his bicycle.
Ooh. Weird looking ship thingy with wheels.
You see
What in
his
the world is
face
that hanging from
clearly
his chin?
right there.
That joker got a beard hanging there or what?
What
Oh,
in
yeah.
the world?
Yeah, that was, see hanging from his chin?
What's that? His
Yeah.
other arm? No, it's the other arm, ain't it?
No, it looked like a beard.
It does, don't it?
Where? Right, but
Oh, maybe it is his arm.
It might be his arm.
that's his arm. But it looks like the chin's kind of pointy. Too.
Shane
You
said that's
see his
Cody.
face clearly.
Shane said
Right
that's
there.
Cody going to the restroom after Taco Bell.
Oh God Almighty! The stuff that they're
No, but
these weird stuff that they're seeing on these cameras nowadays.
I know. Jonathan said that was him. He lost a contact.
but seriously, I'm looking at the woman that.
Balchinian.
Oh gosh. The woman that's recording that, she's like really cool, calm, and collected, and her kids are up running around. If it was me, I don't know if I'd be that calm.
No. Youngins, get your ass in that house.
Cover the windows, lock the doors.
Give me the gun.
Get the gun.
Oh my gosh!
It seems like if it had been one of us, would have been understanding what it was. Let's go check it out, see what this is.
I ain't lying.
About to make some
I ain't
money
that
here.
ballsy.
I'd have went and got my thermal, my what you call it, the little thermometer with the red light on it, and I'd have been hitting his ass with that red light to see his temperature.
I'm gonna have to pull this up because I like Coast to Coast. They do a lot of stuff with this. So there's a lot more context to it. A puzzling piece of security camera footage circulating online shows what appears to be some kind of pale humanoid lurking in the driveway of a Kentucky home. The creepy video, which can be seen below, was reportedly shared on social media last week by a Douglas McLoney III, who claims that the spooky scene unfolded outside of a cabin in the state's scenic Red River Gorge area. A white figure can be seen cautiously creeping along a driveway as if it is afraid of being seen. It doesn't move like a human. It moves almost like its kneecaps are backwards.
Smeagol.
Smeagol of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, dear Lord.
As for what the entity could have been, some viewers have suggested that it may be supernatural in nature, with some likening that the being to the folkloric creature known as a rake. That might be something else we have to pull up.
Yeah.
Albino coming out for fresh air after the sun went down. Yeah, he ran away from the green storm.
Yep.
More skeptical observers, on the other hand, argue that the interloper is simply a person who may be lurking in the driveway with the intention of robbing the vehicles parked there or some other nefarious scheme. The words they use on the site. Another possibility, of course, is that the mysterious video is merely a clever hoax. Yep. Well,
If that was the video of somebody trying to steal out of a car, how in the world did they manage to walk like that?
That's a good one.
oh, gosh.
I mean, Jesus.
We'll have to recreate that one.
I'll run the camera. I ain't walking
Aliens
like that.
touchdown. Oh. Oh, my gosh. Interesting. What y'all's thoughts?
Hoax.
Hoax.
An antelope? Yeah, because I see those in Kentucky all the time. They use the word interloper as their, weird person that's going through neighborhoods looking like they're about to steal something.
I'm going to have to say hoax. Somebody's really, really good at Photoshop.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody to fucking one of them all colored like suit thingies.
In North Carolina, we call those meth heads.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It's about the size of one.
Oh, that's the other thing I need to look up.
If we could tell if it had teeth or not, I could answer that question.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they said it may be a rake.
What?
Folkloric is a creature believed to be a humanoid in appearance with several references in folklore and horrific urban legends. Originally appearing, I'm going to zoom this in a little bit, on the internet as a creepypasta. Oh, yeah, it's definitely someone doing a hoax then.
Yep.
The creature reportedly attacks humans for unknown reasons and often causes its victim great psychological trauma.
Wow.
Ooh.
It can run fast on four legs, making it easy to catch other prey.
I'd love to know who did this page.
Looks like an extraterrestrial that came to abduct us and got hooked on meth instead. I'm starring that one.
Yeah. Lord have mercy, Raymond.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be some
Okay,
crap.
we're not getting into how they reproduce and stuff. Let's go ahead and
No.
Nah.
let. Oh, whoops. Messing stuff up here. All right. Anyways, there you go, y'all. Kentucky for you.
That's the Raymond's neck of the woods right there.
Oh Lord.
Raymond, do some research on that, bro.
Oh, so
the meth apocalypse is real.
That's
Yeah.
right. So back to the Bigfoot skull video released. Shows the discovery of an alleged Sasquatch skull has revealed the entire thing to be a hoax. Ba-boom.
We was right on the money. That wasn't a Bigfoot skull. We called it out.
That's right. Today, the full video has been posted up, and predictably, it turns out that the discovery of the skull was never actually intended to be genuine. Instead, Peterson presents it within the video as a what-if scenario.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which is hilarious how he was posting, we found something, we brought it through customs.
That's just for more clout. That's all.
Yep. That's what it was. He was just getting a bunch of views on that video. So.
Oh, Lord, Raymond.
Are you referring to the Sasquatch skull video, John?
Yeah, he was referring to Coyote.
Okay. Oh, but let's get into how they reproduce. Add that 18+ banner. Oh, God.
Maybe on a different night.
On that note, we're going to take a short commercial break so everyone can refresh on their drinks and use the bathroom, do what you got to do. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't be looking up breaks or anything while we're gone.
Mythical myth heads.
Hello, hello.
Was that a rake?
Keep getting
rake
switched up
hunter?
there. Usually we show like some kind of funny clip of the week involving like, just in general or paranormal teams out there. But heck, we've been having enough fun as it is. So, again, if you do have a funny clip of your team just investigating, or you find something funny on the internet that's related to kind of what we do on the show, definitely email us at firstlineparanormal@gmail.com. Make sure you title it, something to do with the Cryptic Trading Post or just funny clip or whatever, and we'll definitely get it on here. Or if you see any other kind of news you want on here, let us know.
I need to send y'all the video of Brian and Tank singing Ghost Hunting Boys on TikTok.
I think I actually already viewed that on one of our episodes. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I already viewed it. Just because I thought it was funny.
You had to, didn't you, Rob?
Oh, he's done seen it. It's all over TikTok, dude.
I know it. I think I got a stalker after that, I believe.
Yeah, it can be something on TikTok or YouTube, wherever you can find it. You can definitely send it to us.
We can send that video of me getting violated,
I got it too.
Oh, that's something I'll have to look up then, Jonathan. I don't know. I might have already seen it, though. We've watched a few episodes on that. There was one they caught like an alien or something, like on a rooftop, too, and it was jumping around and doing weird stuff. Kind of looked like a rake, too, in a way. Oh, goodness.
I got to give Raymond comment of the night, though.
That's awesome.
Oh, so boys, and y'all might be able to answer this collectively, but this one's always a different kind of, dang, that was loud, a different kind of answer each time. But what do you think are the current, either like current issues or trends that you might be seeing here recently, or challenges in this field? What stands out to you the most?
Repeat that one more time to make sure I got it right.
What do you think are the current, and you don't have to answer all of them, you can answer just one of them, whatever stands out to you the most. What do you think are the current issues, trends, and or challenges?
Well, the current issues is clout, without a doubt. Everybody, and I understand it, man. Everybody wants their team to get out there. Everybody wants their name promoted. Everybody wants their 1 hour of fame or whatever you call it. And that's fine. There's nothing against that, man. But good God, quit taking all these other teams down with you.
And the field has exponentially grown within the last few years, too, especially since COVID's hit.
Yeah, really. But as far as issues, I would probably have to say, yeah, what Jonathan just said, faking evidence.
To get yourself known. And also, there's like a lot of backstabbing in this field, People want to use you to get where they want that are done with you.
Yeah. Oh, there's something I've been wanting to talk about. Oh, my gosh. Morgan saw me get so mad the other day. Along with the faking evidence, I'm one of these people that I do like to get on YouTube and go to other teams that are like us and watch their stuff. What I can't stand, I can get on a Discovery Plus show and watch it for 20 minutes, or let's say probably 15, 20 minutes, and a commercial will hit. I get on YouTube to watch other teams like us and watch their investigations at these well-known places. Every 5 minutes, there's a freaking ad. Every 5 minutes. If I get an ad 2 times within 10 minutes, I don't watch it. I don't even watch your video. It makes me so mad. Because I can't stand it. So, if anybody's watching this and they feel offended by that, you might want to learn from that, because I'm probably not the only one that's like that. I don't know.
Netflix has ruined everybody. They took commercials away, and now people expect no commercials.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't care about commercials. I really don't. As long as you place them in good spots. And I've already told her, if we were to ever get known like that on YouTube and can have commercials, God forbid, it will help us some a little bit. But I don't plan putting them in maybe every 20 minutes. And our shows are like an hour and 20, so that can tell you how many that's in there.
Yeah. Well,
So-
commercials pay the bills. That's the way they look at it.
Yeah.
Every commercial, wrong pipe. Oh, sorry. Every commercial that you put out there, once you become monetized like that, is a percentage of money going in your bank account.
I don't know. I can't deal with I'm watching for 5 minutes, boom, an ad kicks me out of the place that we're investigating or watching you investigate at, and then watch a little bit more, 5 minutes, boom, another ad. I'm like, God almighty, I'm watching something else. I can go watch a show that's been produced and stuff and don't have that many commercials.
I imagine you agree with what Jonathan just said then, don't you?
Yeah, because every time the ad thing pops up, my instinct is to grab the remote and get ready to skip it. So I hate that I have to do that. I hate that I'm like, I can't watch this because this keeps happening. So hopefully some people will take notes if they ever watch this show.
Don't watch Kesha Conjured.
Oh God! Don't.
We watched the
Oh,
first.
no.
Well, I can't get into all of that. Shane knows exactly what I'm talking about, but I've been learning a lot of things since I've been working at this new job, and but I always try to give everyone a chance. I'm like, Morgan, let's watch the first episode of this and see what we think about it. Nope, we're not gonna watch that
I rolled
series.
my eyes the whole time.
Yeah,
I made it 5 minutes.
Well, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, so apparently I
Oh.
don't need to look it up.
Awesome.
A lot of people love it though. They say it's entertaining as well. I don't know,
Nah.
not me.
Raymond said he'd rather watch paint dry.
That's about it.
Oh God.
He's on the road tonight, ain't he?
It is, man.
And, God forbid we know someone that's been featured on that show because of their equipment. But the show itself, no.
Bedazzled everything. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, yeah. And she acts like she was like on something. I don't
She
know.
probably was.
Celebrities
Probably
being
was.
celebrities. What do you think, Brian, is the current issue trend? Well, you might have answered it with Robert. Was it the same one?
Yeah.
Just
No,
the clout? Yeah.
clout. A lot of teams backstab each other. They'll try to get something rolling and get what they can out of the team and kick them to the curb. Like they're better than this, or some teams will find a spot to investigate and lay claims on it and won't let anybody else go in.
One of the biggest problems is you got these people that want to collab with you and work with you, and they make you think they're your friends, and they eat you up to your face and say everything you want to hear, but just as soon as you turn your back, man, they dogging you.
Yeah. Well, that probably all boils down to they're trying to get to the channel level. So, Raymond said 3 12-hour shifts straight and a little sleep this week. I'm running on caffeine and crushed dreams. Sounds like my ex-wife.
Miss Sherry, what's up?
Sherry said, had done that a lot, yeah. And Sherry says she's been investigating by herself a lot. That might be this, she feels most comfortable at right now.
Well, I know a little bit about Sherry's story, man, and she was really, really done wrong, dude. Really done wrong. And it's sad. It really is.
Yeah, because then it just, it almost makes you look at it like, okay, we're all in this together, but there's obviously a side of it where there's people that aren't, and they'll just, like you said, use them, and then they'll push them down as they climb their hop totem pole.
Yeah, you got a lot of people in the field, man. They got the mentality, you're either with me or you're against me.
Yeah.
And, sometimes, like PD right now, you just want to be left alone, dude. Let us do our own thing. We'll work with everybody, but don't push us into nothing. Let us do our own thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's right, because we all have enough on our plate as is.
It's like you have your bullies in life, and like a lot of these teams of people in paranormal now, they're like paranormal bullies. I just want to bitch slap them.
And the biggest part of it is half of the ones that's trying to be bullies couldn't even go in the field and tell you the first thing about catching a piece of paranormal evidence. They don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about the show so far, chat? Is it good?
Oh,
You
yeah,
got any
man.
suggestions?
Keep doing it.
Keep doing what
If
you
you
do,
do,
man.
Email us.
Yeah. Sherry, message, send him a message. You'd be a good one for this show. You got a lot of stories to tell.
Try.
Same thing with Raymond, Jonathan, all of y'all out there in the chat, man. Send him a message and line yourselves up. Jonathan, you wanted some airtime to get over your fearness of talking to people, man. This is a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And don't feel like I have to be the one that comes out and reaches to you. I mean, I'm as busy as everybody else, so definitely. Oh God, I already know what show he wants to do.
Oh,
I was physically attacked by some male investigators, and I've been bullied a lot. Oh my goodness. We
What happened?
hate to hear it.
Oh,
Rake reproduction. You know I'm down. Oh God. Yeah, don't feel like I have to come out and reach to you to get on the show. You can definitely send me a message on Facebook or you know, if you want to be proper with it, send an email to the team and tile it with the show, and I'll definitely get to it, because email is about one of the fastest ways I get to people if it ain't Facebook.
and just to let everybody out there know before we get off of here too, we're going to be coming up with a podcast that's going to air sometime in the beginning, mid stages of August before our investigation. It's going to be First Line Paranormal and PD Region Paranormal, and we're going to give a little history on the Trevette Clinic before we go and let everybody know what's going on with the investigation and share a few videos that's in the processes of being made right now. And, you know, it might not be a big deal to some, but this event is a really big deal to us.
oh yeah.
How much more time you both got for the show?
I'm looking at about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I got to go cook
ahead.
for Boss Lady gets home or I'm in trouble.
Go ahead and ask the
You'll
next
tell.
one, Morgan.
Okay. Oh.
We'll try to
Okay,
wrap it up
so-
quick. We got 4 more events and 1 more question after this one.
Oh gosh, that's a lot. Can you get
It
that
ain't a
done in
lot.
10 minutes?
Yeah, we can get it done.
What motivates you to continue working in this field?
Seeing my clients happy, pretty much. That, and I still haven't got the answer that I'm looking for. So until I get it, I'll keep going.
Exact same thing.
Okay. If you could investigate anywhere that you haven't investigated yet, where would it be?
I would say Valley Forge and the Tower of London.
And I'm going to stick with the same place I've always said. Jesus' tomb.
That's right. We'll ask the last one later. Let's hit some news real fast, because the news is what's the best part. All right, the news part has been fun for sure.
Jonathan said he feels like he needs a vape now. All the cool kids have them.
That's right. 2-headed deer or glitch in the matrix, y'all.
I can't wait to see this one.
I ain't gonna read it, but we are gonna watch it. Let's see where we can see it here.
I got to lean up on this one.
Looks like 2 deer so far.
Yep, 2 deer.
Two-headed deer.
2-headed deer. Now, if it turns and we only see one, I'm gonna freak out.
I know, right?
It's incredible. How is it still alive?
What the?
Well, see, now I ain't got but one head. Did you see that?
Wait a minute. That right there just messed me up.
Two-headed deer.
But watch, it walks. It's got one head.
Well, I'm looking at that one head. That one head's still there. The other head
How is
disappeared.
it still alive?
One head.
No way.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah. That is Photoshop at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
That's bullshit.
I don't know, y'all.
That is Photoshop at its finest.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like one's under the other at the beginning.
but that's just like one in one head.
Somebody is very, very good in it. Whoever made this video, please reach out to pdregionparanormal@gmail.com because I would love to have your editing status.
I need to send this to a buddy that we work with because he is all about we're living in a simulation and there's matrices in the there's glitches in the matrix and all that. He's into that conspiracy theory, so he would love to watch this video.
Wow.
I wasn't the one that took the video.
Go ahead.
It's my cousin. She sent it to me and my other cousins in a group chat, and we were all bugging about it, but she doesn't have TikTok, and I knew people would get crazier like we did, so I posted it. But to answer your question, it is just 2 deer. We have another picture with both the deer separate that you can see. No editing, no glitch in the matrix, just luck and an awesome optical illusion.
Wow.
So it was 2 deer.
So maybe the other deer just went behind the tree.
Yeah, and somehow we didn't see it.
How the fuck?
Which is weird because there's a gap. It must have went in behind right there where the gap is there. No?
Oh, he
I thought
backed
I'd
up.
see it
He
in the
backed up.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yep, he backed up
How
behind
is
the
it
tree.
still alive?
Holy shit.
Well, I'll be damned.
I caught it that time.
Oh.
Oh, God, we
Okay,
back
we
in
already-
Kentucky. Rain.
We've already seen this one. Y'all remember the Bigfoot thing? I swear this was back, like, not a few weeks ago, but basically this story is a guy blames Bigfoot summoning for alleged murder. He murdered his, like, fishing buddy.
You mean to tell me now Bigfoot has powers?
What do they use? Jack Link's jerky? It summons him?
Zagnut bars.
Oh, my goodness.
I tell you the truth. The stuff that you read online.
So, if you want to read that story... Oh, well, we have a video right here. Murder suspect claims victim summoned Bigfoot to kill him. There's his face right there.
Well, that Bigfoot popped him in the nose.
Does, don't it?
How long is this video?
The Pontotoc
Here we
County
go.
Sheriff's Department responded to a call just outside of Ada city limits about an
Oh, there's a
alleged
little bit
murder
shite
Saturday afternoon.
There we go.
Deputies arrived at the scene to suspect Larry Sanders admitting to a family member that he had killed his friend Jimmy Knighton. As part of the investigation, the Sheriff's Department was able to uncover a motive.
Appeared to be under the influence of something. And so his statement was that Mr. Knighton had summoned Bigfoot to come in and kill him. And that's why he had to kill Mr. Knighton.
Search agencies in the Pontotoc County Sheriff's Department weren't able to locate the victim's body until
Put
Sunday
the crack
afternoon.
pipe down.
Now, the Sheriff's Department begins working on proof of the alleged crime.
It always makes it easier. You still have to prove all the elements of the crime and what the suspect is telling you. You have to prove that's actually what happened.
As Sanders awaits his trial and charges in the Pontotoc County Jail,
Look at
Sheriff
that ear.
Christian says the death penalty is the harshest punishment that the prosecution could push for. In Ada, Alex Porter, ABC 10, First News.
Oh, goodness. That'd be one hell of a investigation to do.
Yeah.
I mean, condolences to the family for sure, but
Yeah,
shoo.
condolences. But, you know, people need to stop selling crack to people like that, man.
I know, right?
Oh, what a knot. That is all the news that we have for this week. We've got one more question for y'all, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, Morgan, go ahead and ask the last question.
Oh, hold on
It's
a
the
minute.
easiest one, y'all.
Oh, what do you have planned in the future? Do you have any events coming up?
And list your links. Tell us where we can find y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as far as the links go, facebook.com/PDRegionParanormal, facebook.com/group/PDRegionParanormal, PDRegionParanormal.com, and YouTube/PDRegionParanormal. There's your links. And Paratech. Don't forget the Paratech group page.
Heck yeah.
And Paratech website is going to be added onto the PD Region Paranormal website. So it'll be a tab at the top. You just click to access Paratech. But as far as what we've got coming up right now, we have so many local investigations that's coming out of the woodworks till we really don't have time to do any kind of events or anything other than what we got planned with y'all. That is the only event we have planned as of right now.
Oh, another question.
All right.
We plan on doing St. Albans this year, or we're going to try to hold off on that?
St. Albans is the way me and Brian's figuring it's probably going to be around what, Brian? May of next year?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure on that.
Yeah, because bad part about St. Albans, they do a haunted house every year.
Yeah.
So as it starts getting close to Halloween, they don't let paranormal teams come in because they've got it set up for their stuff. So.
And Haunted Nights is doing all their events and stuff there next couple of months.
Yeah, Brandon and Lyle with Chris and all of them guys. Really?
He's got a big hat above him.
I do, right? That's awesome.
I didn't even notice that.
You got to line it up a little bit, though, bro.
Dang, both y'all got good comments.
Damn camera.
Dang, I'm going to start both of them.
There we go.
Oh, all right. Well, it was awesome to have y'all on the show.
Oh, we appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate
Anything
it,
we can do to help y'all out, man. We love
Have
what
to have
y'all do.
on even more in the future. Maybe we can talk about some more investigation stuff and, kind of what goes down.
Get me a solid date, and I'll try to come with you. Yes, sir, Chris. I'm on it, brother.
Woohoo! All right, so we are going to let these guys go. They've got a lot of stuff to do. They're always working on their team stuff, and like they said earlier on their show, they're a big family. I feel like our team isn't. We haven't been around long enough to really call each other family, but eventually it'll get there.
You part of our family, man.
Yeah, y'all are part of our family.
Excuse me, I'm your family.
Well,
I said
yeah,
y'all.
Technically you are, but
Yeah, y'all.
I was
talking
talking
to
to
me.
Cody. I'm sorry.
Nothing to say.
But hopefully, as a whole, we can really come together and make it a strong unit. So,
Wow. Best piece of advice I could give you and Morgan both is don't never look at this as a team. Don't never look at it as a group, foundation, society, none of that. Keep it family. Because when you keep it family, it's more than paranormal. It's everyday life. I mean, if Brian was to call me, like I said, and he needed something, I'm there. Whether it's money or whether it's a conversation, a shoulder to cry on, anything. And that's what keeps PD rolling, is because everything is family oriented. Even though we are related, a lot of us in this group are related, we're still brothers and sisters, period. And that's my best advice I can give y'all, man. Keep it family oriented and going to do great. You got to go. I love y'all's goal. I love what y'all doing. Skeptics trying to find the proof. I mean, what better avenue could you go down? And I hope, my hopes for y'all literally is that you get to have your experience, that you really get to see that there is something else out there for yourself, not just what you see on TV or what you hear from us or anybody else. I want you to have that personal experience.
No, Jonathan, I'm not crying, dude. Yeah, I'm touched. I'm crying, man. It got me in my heart.
oh,
Brian's still trying to get over them deer.
he was like, oh, it's
Look,
just one.
I done got Creed out of my head, and I'm gonna have two-headed deers in my head all day and all week.
At least you ain't singing higher.
Nah.
Oh, well, whenever y'all can have time, sometime later tonight, maybe I can talk with y'all some more, about some our events and stuff coming up. I got a few more questions on that, but other than that, we're gonna let them go do their thing. Thank y'all for coming on. And again, if you want to be on the show, let me know. I don't have anyone set up for next week.
And people in the chat, go to First Line Paranormal, like, subscribe, follow these people. They're doing awesome things. Jonathan, he needs a guest next week. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some more PDRP people on here. I want to hear about your experiences too.
Jonathan. But he could chase him. I love Chase, man. Boy, he shot the world, the bird. That was awesome. That was funny as all get out.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all having us.
Till next time.
That's right.
Peace.